Hi everyone, Raptor here. So today I'm going to be running through Elite with Rainbow Familiars. I'm since made some changes to this archetype, and I thought I would talk about that in a little bit in depth, as well as how this archetype works. So there's going to be out of two halves, catching people up to speed on how the net works, and also changes that I made to the main board. Um, Before I talk about Rainbow Familiars, I thought it would be important to talk about how familiars are currently. So current familiar decks, most of them anyways, are trying to set up a combo where you have something like this. You have two familiars in play, which in this case, this particular build has Nightscape, but we still consider it to be familiar, but you basically have two familiar effects that reduce the cost of blue spells. So this one reduces blue spells, and this one reduces blue spells. It doesn't matter which ones you have as long as you have two of them in play. Then you have, so once you have two in play, the card Ghostly Flicker now costs only one blue mana. And then if you have a Mystic Sanctuary in play along with three other islands, what you can do is you can play Ghostly Flicker targeting Mystic Sanctuary, and then you can also target Moldifer. So let me get the display panel up real quick, just so this is a little easier to track. So Mystic Sanctuary, what it allows for you to do is when it comes into play, you can put an instant or a sorcery card from your graveyard on top of your deck. So what you do is you flicker Moldifer and Sanctuary. Sanctuary comes into play and you put Ghostly Flicker on top of your library, and it comes into play untapped because you have the other islands. And then Moldifer draws you two cards, so it's going to draw back the Flicker and one other random card. And from there, because Flicker only costs one blue mana, because you have two familiars in play, you can keep tapping Mystic Sanctuary for the blue mana that you need to cast it and draw your entire library. And then once you draw your entire library, there are ways to generate infinite mana, but you don't even need that. You can just mill them out with Saint's Road Edison by, just you keep flickering, Seat Oracle, and eventually you'll mill them out. That's sort of how the traditional builds work. My list is a little bit different, but I thought I would sort of address how current familiar decks are built, and then I can kind of mosey on over to this particular one because it's rather unique and not very common. So what this deck is trying to do is it's trying to do something similar where you generate a ton of mana, or draw your deck basically, and then you heal your opponent from there. So how we do it is instead of just relying on Sanctuary and Familiars, we also rely on things like let's get the display pane up, shall we? I'm gonna close it or hyphenated it, but we use cards like Fertile Ground, which can make a land tap for an additional mana of any color, as well as cards like Utopia Sprawl, which can also make a forest tap for a mana of any color, and then Abundant Growth to make a land just naturally tap for any color. So these sort of net mana, these two, and you also have Sunscape, which reduces the cost of your spells. So essentially, what you're trying to do is you have all those ways to sort of net mana and reduce costs. Eventually, what you're going to do is you're going to have an Archaeomancer that you put into play. This costs 4 mana, and then you snap it back. And there are board states such that you will net mana in this loop, because let's say, for example, hypothetically, I have a Bounceland in play, and so that taps for 2 mana, and then I have a Forest in play with, say, 4 Utopia Sprawls. The forest taps for 5 mana, and the bounceland taps for 2, for a total of 7. And if I play an Airmancer that costs 4 mana, so I have 3 left, and then if I snap it back to my hand, I have 1 blue left floating, and so I can do that forever and get infinite blue mana. Likewise, there are loops involving Sunscape Familiar that I can talk about. Well, but that's sort of the general idea. If you find a way to set up a loop so that you have infinite mana. Once you have infinite mana, you technically try to just draw through your library. You have cards like Moldifer, which draws cards, Breodane, which draws cards, Impulsive Research, which draws cards, Seat Oracle, which draws cards, Ghostly Flicker, which is your combo piece, Once you get your Sleep later, if you have infinite mana and an Archaeomancer in play and a Moldifer in play, you can draw your entire library. If you have an Oracle in play, you can draw your entire library. If you have 2 Archaeomancers in play, you can draw your entire library. You kind of get the idea. But basically, you're just trying to draw through your entire deck, and then you can kill your opponent with Impulsive Research. Basically, you just make them draw their entire library and mill out. Additionally, if you don't want to do that, what you can do is snap your opponent's board so they have no creatures in play, and then just hold up Prohibits, and, instantly flip your most of your Prohibits back, and, have infinite counter spells, basically. You also have things like Reaping the Graves, which kind of help get back all your creatures and fight through counter magic. And then you also have Mystical Teachings, which can kind of help find your combo pieces. So you can get, a Snap, a Flicker, Reaping the Graves, Prohibit, so it can help find what you need. So that's sort of the general game plan. And yeah, it's kind of similar to Current Plan Ironworks in Modern, where you're just trying to set up a loop. Once you get that loop online, it's pretty powerful. In terms of the sideboard, I've been adjusting to the Delver decks a little bit. That's why I'm playing 3 copies of Jetshot in the sideboard. I found that if you heal their Delvers quickly, they don't turn 1 Delver and you Jetshot it, you can put your opponent in a really bad spot, because sometimes they kind of rely on the Delver, and that's why they keep the hand. And if you Jetshot it, all of a sudden, they don't really have a lot anymore, and that gives you time to sort of fight through their hate and combo kill them. So that's why I'm playing that. I'm also now moving towards Eaten because I found that trying to, interact with certain archetypes is not profitable. The Hard Missile Sanctuary allows for people to loop things like Deprive. I'll just spell Deprive real quick for those who are unaware. Deprive is basically a card that lets you return a land to your hand when you cast it, and it's a part of the cost, so the land's being returned no matter what. And so they can keep, playing Deprive, and then bouncing this Sanctuary, replay a Sanctuary, get back Deprive. They can do that basically forever, and if you try and, plan a fair access when you counter their counters, you're going to lose, because they're just going to have this one thing that never goes away. And so you kind of have to find ways to deal with it, because it's, in a sense, it's very similar to a counterbalance lot. And how you deal with that is you play cards like Eaten where you just tap them out and you just kind of ignore it. I found that that's the best avenue for victory. So that's sort of the the tools there. I have 2 counter spells like Cat Shell, against random things, but I'm not playing Pyroblast anymore. It's just, one, they're a little inconsistent because this particular iteration has Sunset Prophetic Prism. I found that Prophetic Prism is not particularly needed. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but I made some changes to the main board such that I've had to adjust the sideboard accordingly, and I feel like Eaten is just better with these changes because you can tap them out and kind of ignore what they're doing. And then I have 2 counter spells just like a Cat Shell. And then I have 3 Moments Peace for fall effects like Instant Rest Decks, 2 really common for Affinity, 2 Weather Storm for Burn, and 1 Ancient Rush for Relic, Spellbomb, stuff like that. In terms of the main board, there are a couple of cards that I've since removed. I was playing a couple of Moments Peace on the main board, I've since cut those. My reasoning is that the Dominants have been reasonably popular lately, and I've found myself always hunting Moments Peace. So if that's the case, I should just put it in the sideboard, and I shouldn't have it in the main anymore. And that's what I've ended up doing. I found that at game 1, I just try and race people and ignore them. It's better that way, because if you have cards like Moments Peace that don't do anything, you can put yourself in a bad spot. Additionally, I cut Prophetic Prism. I added a couple Fertile Grounds over that, because I still want to have enough red sources for some of the sideboard cards, and this acts as a red source. But this also nets me mana and acts as more copies of Utopia as well, so I have more combo pieces, which is nice. I also want it to 19 lands. Feel like that's been pretty important. And I moved, sort of Sand Screen playing in the main board. And then lastly, I'm playing 3 copies of Seat and Oracle. The Dominants are pretty popular, and you want to have a card that can block Ninja. The card is also just really good in general, because you can just start, getting more value with Snap, and now Snap has more targets, Monitors and Oracles now, whereas before you kind of only had Drifter. So the fact that Snap has more targets is pretty nice. But other than that, I think the only changes were I cut Prophetic Prisms, I added more Oracles, I think I cut a Prohibit, I added a couple Fertile Rounds, and a Plains to the mana base, and that's really about it. But yeah, overall, I've been having reasonable success with this list. My last 3 leads with it were a 4-1, a 5-0, and another 4-1, so pretty reasonable overall. But yeah, like, I think that it's pretty good, and I do think there are certain metagames where this is what you want to be playing. What I like about Familiars is that once you get proficient at them, you can kind of swap around. So, like, there are certain metagames where I would play an Esper version that's a little bit more fast, but you also are pretty resilient as well, so, like, this would be a particular iteration you would look into. But at the same time, there are going to be metagames where the speed of Rainbow Familiars is worth looking into as well, so the fact that you can kind of swap between both is pretty nice, but I know a lot of people aren't pretty comfortable with this particular version of Familiars, but Rainbow is kind of intimidating to people. So I thought I would just record a lead trying to, give some insight and record things live, because it's very different. It's a unique archetype that is, there's really no other archetype in Pauper that's like this, and I know a lot of people have, issues with sideboarding and all that, so I thought I would just try and do it live, adjust my thought process, even if it's not perfect, just to kind of help give some insight. So that's that, and I'll see you guys in match 1. Alright, we are back for the first match. We're on the draw, and this hand is quite good. This is kind of why I like having Fertile Round over Prism. It helps ramp you a little bit, and that's reasonably important. Especially in some of these faster matchups, and it can also give you colors of, it can give you any color, right? So I can play this turn 2, and I will be able to play Familiar on turn 3, so that's pretty nice. In terms of where we're at, we are up against Burn. Game 1 is a little tricky because I don't really have any good cards, I just have to race them. So I'm gonna prename here and try and figure out what I need to draw. Against Burn, it's a pretty straightforward game. You know what they're doing, and you have to try and play it accordingly. These are really, really good. Snap is fantastic because it's a combo piece, and the bounce land is also quite good. Because now, if we do some math, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm 1 land enchantment effect away from combo killing my opponent, so that's a pretty big deal. This could be a Thermo, which is a little rough. So now the question is, do I want to snap the Thermo right now? I'm trying to think, because this is kind of a big turn. So there is an argument of just letting it stay in play, setting up for next turn, and then trying to go off. Part of me feels like that might be reasonable, but it is a bit of a gamble. But I'm willing to give it a shot. So I'm gonna F6 and then pass the turn. But this is a tricky spot because you do have to think, should I just snap it and pass or leave it in play? So if I leave it in play, it just kind of go off with it a little bit, but it's only for 1 turn. And the next turn I can net some value off of it, is what I can do the following turn is I can say, alright, I will float blue, play a bounce land, then I will play my Familiar off this, then I will snap that, and then, hypothetically I might be able to go infinite or something, it's not 100%, or they can just do nothing like this, and then it's quite good for me. What I might be able to do now is just go, snap or Amateur snap, mold it for flicker, something like ridiculous like that. So yeah, we definitely have that going for us. Next turn's gonna be a pretty explosive turn. What's even better about it is, like, they can Fire Blast my Familiar, and it wouldn't be that bad for me. So sequencing here, you don't want to give them a window. if you can avoid it. So I like to get all the stats like that out of the way. I'm going to play my familiar, and then I'm going to snap the one that is active. If they have to Fire Blast my familiar, I think I'll take that. So that's something I'm willing to do. Untap this one. Let's think here. So I don't think I counted my blue properly. I could go multiple flicker, but that's not really ideal. So I think it's correct to just hard cast the multiple and then pass the turn. This uses my mana most efficiently. For some reason I thought that I had a second copy of Snap. Sorry, not a second copy of Snap. I thought I had a second blue mana, which I currently do not. It does change things somewhat drastically. But next turn, I can snap their Thermo again, and if that's the game we're going to play, I think I'm okay with that. And if they don't play another Thermo, I can bounce this one again, and all is well for me for the most part. They're not going to have Thermos in play, and I think I'll be okay. So, I'm going to go down to 8 here, which is fine. So, okay, I'm going to play the land, then let's think. I'm gonna get blue. I think I should just play another familiar here. Then I can play another Hammancer, snap that. And then I can just start going off with Ghostly Flicker, which is quite good, all things considered. We are not in the best of shape. In the sense that, they could have like Bolt Fire Blast or something, and we're dead, but 2 of their cards are Thermo Alchemist, so I don't know how worried I am. So now the question is, do I preordain? And I think the answer is yes. Okay, that lets me on Moat Hill, I believe. So let's do some math. I can go. That might be a hill here. I'm just trying to think. So what I can do is I can. I have to take the Fertile Ground. I want the Abundant Growth, but I have to take the Fertile Ground. Then I can tap this for blue. Then put this on the forest. Alright. Then maybe I shouldn't put it on this one actually. Yeah, that might have been a mistake. Well, we'll figure this out. If I flicker this and this, I can get back a snap, then I can snap this, untap this and this. I think that's fine though, so I can get infinite green. Okay, so this one and this one. Alright. So now I think we have it. Sorry, I know I was pausing there a little bit, but I was just trying to think this through. But they're dead now, I believe. So basically I have the infinite mana loop. This is a turn point heal. So now what I can do is I can just hard cast some multiplier. And then I can Abundant Growth my land. Now it's half for triple blue. And I have infinite blue mana. And then from here I can heal them with Impulsive Research. I'll just show you a quick loop. So, currently I have a Hammancer in hand, Snap in the graveyard, and no blue in my pool. Now I'm going to play our Hammancer, get that Snap, return our Hammancer, and I have 1 blue. So I have infinite blue mana. I'm going to go through the loop. I'm not going to record it because it's a waste of time, but basically I'm going to Hammancer Snap a million times, draw my net with Ghostly Flicker, and then Impulsive Heal them. So I'll see you guys in game 2. Alright, so with that, but basically I'll just kind of talk about what I did. I drew enough cards so that I had a Reaping. So that way if they Fire Blast my eye in response, I'm not too worried about that, although I did have double Flicker. then what I did was I basically made it so that once I had set an Art Hairomancer, I flickered both of them so that my graveyard was empty. And then what you do is you can play Snap on Art Hairomancer, and what that allows you to do is that you only have one card in the graveyard. Art Hairomancer just returns it automatically, so that reduces a click. So you basically all I'm clicking is for Turtle Round and then Casting Snap. So it's pretty quick once you get going. And then I made sure that I was netting a reasonable amount of mana for each loop. You can see here that, my land here taps for 5 blue mana. And then once my opponent saw the writing on the wall, they conceded, but it probably would have taken maybe a minute less to hammer hill, but would not have been too long. In terms of sideboard-wise, I find that Weather's very good in the matchup. I'm not a fan of Reaping. I just feel like the card's not great. I do like Fertile Rounds, Snaps and MVP. This card's great. Sometimes I cut an Oracle if I think it's a little slow. I found that when it comes to sideboarding with this deck, it's all about making minor shaves. You're not doing anything too crazy. You're just doing little shaves here and there on things, and you kind of take it from there. I mean, you saw that game, like, we just were all in on the combo, and we just hill turn 4. Like, that's why I kind of like not playing moment speeds and all that stuff in the main board. You're just all in on the combo. You can just, like, race people and have, like, these nut draws, and I think that's a pretty big deal. But yeah, I think this was fine. You might board in counter spells maybe, but I like to keep the boarding pretty light and just, board in some healer sideboard turns and just go from there. This hand is a mulligan. It does not have any lands, so we have to put that away. I will keep this one, Bottom of Forest. I'll admit it's not the best hand, but it does have a reasonable amount of lands, and I like that because sometimes burn nets bring in Molten Rain against us, and it's nice to kind of have extra mana in case that does come to fruition. So they have another Thermo here. So here, the question becomes, do I want to play Utopia Sprawl, or do I want to play the Snow Hermit Forest? If I play the Snow Hermit Forest and I Sprawl it, that gives me mana Summoner for next turn, which I think that's a big deal. I'm just gonna go with this. We could be dead pretty quickly here, if they have like a nut drop, but I mean, we heal them turn 4, it's only fair that they return serve. Alright, so they're in a Llama Spike. And then we could be dead on turn 4 here. This is looking like a pretty fast draw. I think what I do here is I just summon a Moldifer, and then hope I'm not dead, but I very well could be dead. But if that happens, then so be it. We needed to hit like, something, but I'm pretty sure we're just dead. But I'm gonna make him go through the motions. But if they have any burn spell here, we are dead. It looks like they do, certain games. Alright. Yep, pretty quick one. They healed us on turn 4. We healed them on turn 4. It happens. So now we're on the play. Let's think about this. Oracle's not insane. Like, having a couple is fine, but you don't need a ton. We're gonna definitely keep our Hairomancers. We're gonna keep all the familiars. Weather's great. Couple Prohibit is fine. I just don't think we need counter spells, and once again, Reaping is just not that great against them. They're not typically going after our guys, and if they are, we're usually okay with it. This hand's great. We have a Weather the Storm, we have Sprawl, Preordain. Yeah, I'm liking where this hand is going. Weather and definitely get you out of rain. It looks like they might be mulliganing. We'll see. Nope, we're just waiting on them. Sometimes when it takes a little bit, they might be mulliganing, and you don't always know. Looks like they have their 7. Alright. I'm just going to play this out. a blue, pass the turn. Now, next turn I'm hoping to draw more lands for your name, but I'm not going to complain too much. Alright, that's a great land. I'm going to put your name here. I see a familiar, not really in the business, and I don't think I need the second land. But, I might want it for my multiplayer is the thing. Yeah, I might want it, so I guess I'll take it. But typically I like to bottom land reasonably aggressively because you just see so many cards with this archetype that, you know, when I top them and then draw more I feel pretty bad, but I think here it's okay. So, they're going to attack, and then I think next turn is when we try and get them. We're going to probably snap their eye, and then take it from there. Or Ultimate Blocker. This is tricky. So, I have a couple options here. I think I just pass. This might not be correct, but I want to get a weather off. You know, for 3 or 4. And snapping their eye helps increase the storm count a little bit while also saving me some damage. I was also afraid that they might have a, Searing Blaze, so if I force them to play more lands, it's less likely that Searing Blaze will be good. And if they have to blaze their own creature, I think I'm okay with that. And so here they're just kind of increasing the storm count for us, which is very nice of them. I'm not going to ask whether here because they might replay it on their second main, and that's another storm count I get. Alright, cool. Okay. And then we weather. So I'm undone a lot of their burn, and I'm also am now at 22 life, so that's pretty good. Here I'm just gonna play Oracle. I want to have a blocker for Llama Runner, and if it forces them to throw their Rip Bolt at the Oracle, I think I'm okay with that. Plains is very good. I'm gonna just run out that now. I want to take the Plains because I want to have a way to ask for Familiar. For him, it's a very good card, don't get me wrong, but I think the Plains is pretty important here. Yeah, they have to Rip Bolt my Familiar, I'm totally fine with that. Whenever they're starting to go after my eyes is when I'm typically, like, not super worried, because they're gonna run out of things at some point. Yeah, so, like, now they're just going after all my eyes, and they're gonna try and make this worthwhile, but, I mean, I just gained 6 life in the process, so it's pretty good for me. I'm gonna hold on to that, actually, and my reasoning is that they might have a land destruction spell, and I don't really want to walk into that. I would much rather just hold on to it. You can afford to do that, typically, and then I'm not too worried. Alright. So, we're pretty close to infinite here. Yeah, okay, now that he's going after all my stuff, which is great. I gained, like, so much life in the process. And the issue is, like, now they're just kind of all in on this Llama Runner. And not really sure how well that's going to work out for them. Okay. I'm gonna put that down there. In blue. And then I could, get really crazy here. And I kinda like it, honestly. This one, and this one. So... I got with Bolt. They have a Rip Bolt is the thing. So, I don't want them to Rip Bolt in our Geomancer. But, I kinda put myself in that spot, didn't I? Is there a way I can hold up Flickr? I guess there is. So, I guess what I will do is I will just play this. I'll get that weather, and then I can just pass, and if they try and rip both my ham answer, then what I'll do is I'll just Flickr it in response and pass the turn. Like, I could weather here, but I just feel like I'm so far ahead, there's just no need to. If they want to hit my ham answer, I'm going to snap it, or Flickr it in response, and that should prompt another response if they have one. But I think they're going to realize here they have to start healing me. Okay. I'm going to Flickr this one, and prompt another response. If they have something, so be it, but I'm still gonna use the weather. Well, this is a fire blast, it looks like. Yep. That's a deal. So, I mean, yeah, we got through a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm not really sure how they're aiming to win this game, if I'm being honest. I mean, we do have to draw some cards, but I still have 2 AM answers left, so I only really need to get one and then start going off, and they've used so many resources to try and stop me that they're now left with nothing. I mean, so am I, but I feel like the top market is better than theirs, so I'm not certain how they're going to win this in the long term. But it's something. Alright, yeah, Monos is great. At the top, maybe I should have not tapped the planes as my normal, Sunscape. I'm gonna feel bad. Well, I didn't, so it doesn't matter. I don't think I'm going to block because I want to just be able to attack with a Monifer, and they have to start healing my stuff at the end, that's fine. But I just don't really feel the need to block here. They also don't know that I don't have Reaping, so that's another thing to keep in mind. But I feel like at this point I'm just so far ahead that there's no real need to block. They have to deal so much damage that I'm not really in the business for blocking. In fact, it might just be better to try and on the offense rather than the defensive. Yeah, I mean that's fine with me. I have no problem with that. Alright, land. I'm gonna get rid of this one because I want to thin. Thinning is relevant here. Gonna get an island. Then I will play this Net Forest, so that way it sets for more blue mana. Poise Yield. I want to sequence it so that my Oracle gives me the most information. Because I don't want to Oracle and have less information. Yeah, Snap's the best card there by far. And we'll pass the turn. It's getting to the point now where if I draw up Bounce Land and a Sentinel Hammonster, they're just dead. So that's something to keep in mind. Alright, that's a pretty good draw. So I'm gonna play a Familiar. And then I'm going to snap my Oracle and then replay it. Once again, you just keep going, it's definitely better for you. Alright, another Evolving Wilds. I'm not gonna play that because I bottomed some stuff already, and I don't want to get it back. And plus, I'd rather hold on to it for impulsive research. Alright, I'm just gonna F6 again. Hopefully I can draw something at some point. This is slightly a Searing Blaze, but I'm not too worried about it. We can still go infinite through a Searing Blaze. Alright, Molnif is pretty good. Alright, there's Bounce Land. And pass the turn. Thermo, alright, that's fine. Yeah, I'm not sure what will happen. Weather's very good. I like drawing that. And I just play another Bounce Land. If they try and go off, I can just weather and just activate whenever they do it out. So, at this point, you know, they want to start going up with Thermite, always have weather to prevent dying. But my ES isn't going to try and pour it all up for one turn, but I'm not sure how beneficial that is in the long run. Alright, that is lethal, but I don't want them to be able to blow me out with the burn spell. So I think what I'm going to do is just pass and wait until I have some form of protection. Because once again, I mean, they're dead and they have nothing, might as well give them a window to make a mistake. Alright. Yes, Searing Blaze is fine. I welcome that. And then, my guess is if they had something else, they would have healed my Oracle, so I don't think they have anything else. Alright, let's put this on the Foresters, guys. Alright, Snap's good enough, they're dead. So I'll illustrate this real quick. I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah. That is still good enough. Alright. So they have to have 2 forms of interaction here, which is unlikely. What? That kind of annoys me because that card is just bad and burn. Why are you playing that, of all things? Well, that's a bit frustrating now, isn't it? Alright. I'll take Impulsive. I was not expecting that. Kind of caught me off guard a little bit. Maybe I should have led or something, perhaps? Could have sequenced that differently? I mean... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have lit up on Snap on an Oracle to mate them, perhaps? Yeah, I'm a little confused. Yeah. Warning out reaping's gonna hurt me here. But we'll see. I might be able to win with motive for beatdown. I do have one left, so the odds I have anything that is relevant are low. Okay, well they're throwing another Fire Blast in the Arbate for no reason. Once again, I don't know why they're going after my familiars. If they could count, they would know I already have an infinite loop. I don't actually need familiars anymore to heal them. I just need a motive there. Alright, let's ask more stuff. Alright, so there's our win condition now. I think we might be able to pull out a win from that. So I have a protection spell for it. And yeah. I can't actually loop now because I lost both our Hairmancers, but I have a Molnifer that I can meet down with and I can probably protect it for a little bit, so I'm not too worried on that front. Alright, get some black. Why not? Alright, land. That one. Okay, now I probably, like this. Run out Familiar. Run out our Hairmancer. I think I get Snap. Always healed. Snap my Hairmancer. And now I'm just trying to untap all my stuff. Play this. And what do I want to get? Probably Sutton Flicker. Yes. I might just attack every turn from now on. That should be enough. Where's this pointing at my familiar? I like this because I can throw it back at them. So, I think I might just go like this. I can still copy it and throw it back at their face. Okay. Oh, I guess I can't. It needs to resolve. Oh well. I was hoping I could do that, but I guess that's not an option. I guess I have to learn how spells work, huh? I can attack with... I can't attack with everything else a lot. But we're just playing the slow game. I'll be honest, maybe I should not have boarded out Reaping if we were to lose. Right, we're kind of low, but, it is what it is, I suppose. I mean, you can see here I have 7 cards to the 33. but if I can just win with this one lone Molnipper, then that should be good enough, I suppose. Platinum Prohibit is a welcome addition. It does help speed up this process quite a bit. I do wonder now if it is correct to snap Archaeomancer, bounce a Llama Runner, and then just start attacking for 3 every turn. That does make it a 4-turn plot, which might matter. If my theory is they're going to wait until they can kill a Molnipper, and then I'm not in the best of shape. Whereas if I speed up the plot now, it's probably better for me in the long run. The trade-off for that, though, is that I'm losing a Prohibit and a Flicker. But, for what it's worth, I do wonder if that is worth it. And this is a bolt on my Archaeomancer. I think it's fine with me. So I can still respond again. A Red Blast, alright. I don't know why they had that Hardened Burn exactly, but, it's interesting, I'll put it that way. Now, I think I probably just have to get back the Flicker. I do wish that I let the Chain Lightning through. Because that might have changed the outcome a little bit here. I think I attack like this, so now I can get a point of damage in, which is nice. But they block my Archaeoman, so I'll just Flicker it. They don't miss. Another Llama Runner, that's fine. I'm just gonna try and deal with Molnipper. The Red Blast was what really threw me off. I just don't know if that harness good enough in Burn, because I think your goal with Burn is to heal me as quickly as possible, and that hard just does not play into that. I don't know why you would try and play a long game in a deck that has no long game. Well, I'm gonna hit it. I guess I had overpaid a little, but that's not resolving. Alright. I'm gonna use the teaching of mate at some point. This looks like another skewer. Alright, well. Flicker you and you, I guess. Get that to prohibit. Yeah, I think I might just let the Chain Lightning resolve it here to 1 this. Whereas now... I might have punted it. I was like, you get 2 more draws, heal and Ripper, and then I die. Wait. Is somewhat frustrating. They have 2 draws to heal the Ripper. If they're not able to do that, then I'm in decent shape. Alright, that doesn't look like a way to heal the Ripper. Alright, moment of truth. I assume this will be their last draw step, and someone will win. Drumroll, please. Oh no, I hope they're not gonna slow roll it. That'd be really savage. Like, okay, well, it's not the like a slow roll yet. I mean, it could be like on your upbeat firebolt, you know, or like fire blast or something. That would hurt. Alright, so yeah, we win. I'll be honest, I probably should have not boarded out Reaping the Graves, but the little mole drifter that could won us the game. I probably punted by not Chain Lightning the mat. Like I shouldn't just let this die and then lightning the mat, and then if they throw a mat at this or something, I'll counterspell it happy. I think that's how that works, I don't know. But yeah, we probably should not have boarded out Reaping, maybe, I don't know. It's just I've never had a game play out like that. It was very odd. And also like, I was playing in such a way that Red Elemental Blast was not hard, because I've never seen that in Burn before. I don't really know what that card does. Like the problem that I have with it is that it's not advancing your game plan. You're not dealing damage to me with Fire Blast or Red Elemental Blast. You're not control it. Burn is not really there to disrupt the opponent. You're there to kill them quickly as possible before what they're doing matters, and that card doesn't help you at all. I think what I was trying to do was play in such a way, such that I could deal with the burn spell or two, but that was not hard on my radar. But we were able to win it, even though I probably boarded a little bit sketchy. But maybe in the future I should just not board that card out. I guess it depends on the matchup. Like, Bottles, for example, I never board that card out. Excuse me, I always board that card out because Bottles doesn't play removal. But maybe I should reconsider against Burn going forward. But typically you can always set up the line such that you can get this through. But that was just not on my radar. But Molderford got there. So I'll take it. So we are 1-0. A little bit of a weird match. I'll be 100% honest, but I'll take the win, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Alright, we are back for the next match, and this hand is Late Heap. It is a little bit slow, but you have a lot of good card draw. You're gonna see a lot of things, so it's worth keeping. So we are up against a swamp deck. Because of that, I'm just gonna run this out. This could be mono black control, which, in my opinion, is not a very good archetype. I think it's relatively weak, but We will find out shortly. I'm going to just run out Impulsive here because I want to draw more cards, get more information. I'm going to discard, I think, the island. My reasoning for that is if I draw more Utopia small effects, I want to kind of play them immediately and not lose mana. So that's sort of my thought process, and what do you know, it is Mono Black Control. I don't particularly find Mono Black Control to be that good of an archetype, but people will still play it. But at bottom of the island, because I don't particularly need it, I'll bounce that one and pass. Next turn, if they tap out, I can go Familiar, Snap, okay, this is fine. But I can go Familiar, Snap something, and be in pretty good shape overall. So, yeah, I'm late in my spot. The question here is if I want to play around something like, say, Defile. So let me think about this for a minute. If I play my Familiar, and then I snap something, they defile my Familiar, am I really not upset? I don't think I am. Not to mention I can always flicker it. I have that going for me. I'm just gonna flicker one. I don't particularly care if I have to lose or draw step. It doesn't really matter to me. Defile. Now I think it's appropriate time to flicker. Now I just kind of laugh at it. I got a removal spell out of their hand, and now I get to cast the Molnifter and draw another Molnifter, so I basically kind of fought through some removal, and, you know, they're gonna replay a rat if they want to, but the problem is, if they replay it, they're not doing anything that turn, and if they spend their turn playing removal spells, am I really that upset? Not really. This is one of the issues I have with Mono Black Control, is like, they're not doing anything. They're not really getting ahead on cards, yeah, it's not good for them. Their hand is Shittering Rats and some unknown, but none of which I hear all that much about. Reaping the Grave should be insane here. I just have to get a Blastoise. Yeah. Well, now I'm gonna put a stop on my upkeep, because, I don't want to draw another land. And now I can use Teachings. I'm going to Teachings for Reaping, because I think that hurts pretty good. And what do you know, we hit the Blastoise. Maybe I should have held on to that, because, that could add a Storm Pound, so that might have been a mistake on my part. But I'm not too worried. Alright, I will just play a Forest and pass. It could have Ray Merchant and then I die, but I've been flooded a little bit, so I think I'm okay with that outcome. So, let me think here. Button. How do I get the Storm Pound really high such that I can profit off of it? I can, you know, Teachings, Snap, yeah, that sounds fine. Oh, whoops, sorry, my bad. I have to be cautious in how I proceed from here. Take a snap. Snap you. Untap you and you. Get that. Molnifters. All that. That Molnifter. This Molnifter. Right. Okay. I want to make sure. So this one. And this one, and that Sunscape. Alright, giving that all my stuff. Thank you. Yeah, another Utopia Scroll is fantastic. I can play a Familiar now. I'm just in a hard task gripper. I see no reason not to. I guess that might be a reason, huh? Yeah, I would have had Infinite. We're not dead, so I'm not particularly worried. I think there's merit to emoting this one, because it gets me deeper into my net, so I think I'm okay with that. It's like their hand is Shittering Rats and an unknown, so they can't particularly heal us, even if they're not Ray Merchant. So yeah, they have to have like another form of interaction, which is not likely. Okay, Night's Whisper is fairly in raw. Okay, Shittering Rats is whatever, I don't really care. Alright, that's great. I can get rid of the Molniffer, and now they have to have Snuff out. I guess they could have Defile, but the odds of that are quite low. I'm gonna play this, and then I think I should lead off on Impulsive, so I get more information. Well, that made life very easy, like really easy. I'm gonna get a Snap. And so now, I think I can Snap this. Yeah, they're dead. They're super dead. I can Snap again. And then I can Flicker. And what Flicker will do is if they do have removal, it's not good enough. And if they don't have removal, they're dead. I guess I can loop through this one because I have more time and I don't have to worry about the clicking of things like I don't have to worry about Fertile Ground, which is nice. I guess I can walk you through this particular one. I technically don't even, I'm not even sure if it's correct to Impulsive Heal them here, and my reasoning is that I can just attack them to death here. That's honestly probably more profitable. So I'm gonna go down that route. Because I don't really want to show them the fact that I can heal from, that I can heal from, you know, without combat. I want them to think like combat might be relevant, because sometimes newer players are unaware of those interactions, and that can be beneficial. So I'm gonna just click on that one a lot, and then this one a lot. And that goes through it pretty quickly. Now I'm gonna F6 through this form count, so I don't have to worry about it. And then I can turn off my auto yield. So now I'm gonna have to yield through things again, but that kind of helps resolve reaping a lot faster, so that way I don't actually have to, yeah, so I have to auto yield again there, but that's not a big deal. That just kind of helps speed up the process when resolving reaping, so I'm not clicking a million times. Not sure what happened there. Oh, okay, they skipped. Yeah, okay. Basically what I was gonna do is just build up a giant board. I think they saw that writing was on the walls, but yeah, this is why I'm not like a huge fan of Monoplat Control. It's mostly just a lot of removal, but if you're playing Instinet that just draws a lot of cards, removal is kind of laughable. But against Monoplat Control, I definitely want Runt, because they're gonna have Graveyard Hand of some form. I think I can cut a couple Fertile Ground, and my reasoning is that they're probably going to have land destruction, so I want to kind of ease up on that a little bit, so that way I'm a little bit more resistant to that. I feel like just having more countermat hit and just trying to play a longer game is probably a little bit better. They don't really have much of a clock. So once again, I like the board somewhat light. Shave a little bit here, shave a little bit there, but at the end of the day, you're taking it pretty easy. Yeah. And, I think this is reasonable. We're going to 61, which is a little high, but, I am not too worried. The thing with Monoplat Control is, you know, they're gonna try and blow up your lands, they're gonna have relics, but they're gonna be trying to attack with too many angles that it's not particularly profitable, so as long as you're able to deal with that, you should be fine. Alright, gonna lean off on Abundant Growth. It would be kind of funny if they don't have Relic, and I just brought in Runt anyways, but I'll be honest, I tend to board in Runt a bit aggressively, because a lot of people have Relics, even when they probably shouldn't, and This is a shittering map, so I have to make a short out of it. It's kind of nice. I'm gonna mention Island, and what's nice here is that they have Thorn. It's not gonna go through. Thorn is, I've seen them eat these hands where it's like hide them all in on the Thorn, and then you just stop it, so their hand doesn't do anything. So, yeah. Yep, this is the, hope my Monarch's in enough hand. It's not. Do I wanna, I probably want to Reunane first. Bottom, I guess I'll take another Reunane. I'm trying to find land. Bottom Flicker. Yes, I'll say Oracle. I don't know. They don't have another Thorn here, which could be problematic, but if they don't, then I'm not too worried. Yeah, I'm not too worried. I'm not gonna play a land here just yet, because I might draw a bounce land like that, and I want to get value off my bounce land. So, I'm pretty sure stopping their Thorn kind of wrecked them based on how they're playing so far. Like, them having a hard pass argument against Shinomi is not a sign that you're doing well, if we're being 100% transparent here. So, bounce you. Play you. Maybe I should attack differently, but I can attack here now, which is nice. The best part is, if they're trying to kill my things, I can flicker them, so, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Okay. Get rid of that guy. Yep, and, okay, now they're gonna, even Shinomi that, I see. Let us Reunane first. Oh, snap, what do you know? That's pretty good. Pretty good. I'm gonna snap you, and then reaping my stuff back. Okay. You. Okay. And now, like, sure that you have to replay rate here, but yeah, Hammonds is great. Like, how bad is it for me, really? Like, I'm just fighting through a lot of the removal at this point. Like, you can arrest me, but I don't particularly care. Alright, sure. Night Whisper is fine. This is a Wrench Mine, I'm actually not that scared of it. Wrench Mine is not too worrisome. Alright, play this. I think I play out the land here, because if they try and heal my Drifter, I want to be able to flicker in response, so and force them to have more action. The best part here is if they try and interact with me in any meaningful way, I'm just gonna like ignore it basically. Okay. That is actually pretty decent. I could still flicker in response though, so I'm gonna just do that and ask if they have more removal. And they do. So that's fine with me. So they're going to attack here and then ultimate in Shinomi, but I think I know what I'm just earning. I'm gonna get rid of you, and what else? I guess counterspell. The best part here is, well, that's just fantastic. I just have more multiples. Yeah, why not? Maybe I should have marked Hairmancer and snapped, but I want to draw more cards. So, what can I say? I like value. Slam right here in hand that we know about. This looks like a flashback Shader Phoenix. That one, I guess. And this Ermite Defile. Yeah, this is fine, so they're dead. Or at least I think they're dead. I don't need you, let's count, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, I don't need you. I guess... I'm gonna get rid of those. Yeah. Okay. Let us hammer kill them now, because I don't think they're going to win. Hit that a snap, and we have time, so let's just go through it. You are very dead. I have infinite mana, so basically, for those who are unaware, this is a heal. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to loop, and because I don't have Fertile Ground, my loops are not that worrisome. But I'm going to loop until I have a ton of mana, and then... Well, actually, I guess this isn't technically a heal, but I'm gonna draw so many cards that it's, like, extremely likely to be a heal, if that makes any sense. The odds of it not being a heal, okay, now it's an irritate heal. But basically, I have to draw, yeah, so now what I can do is I can get an Illsleep later and draw my net. And now I'm not going to Impulsive heal them, and the reason I'm not going to heal them with Impulsive again is because they could have Fairy Macabre. It's very possible that a Mono Black Control Net would play Fairy Macabre. You don't know. Okay, this is stupid. But basically, what I would have done there is, I would have gotten a Hylian Storm Pound, then play, Moldifer, play a Hammancer, get that Illsleep later, draw my entire deck until I hit another Hammancer, play the secondary Hammancer, get that Reaping, get that all my stuff. And then I have infinite counter spells, infinite snaps, and just put them in a pretty awkward position. Yeah, like, this is the thing, like, what I like about our list is that, unlike Tron, we can deal with this card pretty easily, whereas, like, a Tron deck can actually have a tough time with Ultimate Game Shinobi because they don't really have an answer for it. Whereas for us, what we basically did was they were all in on Thorn. They were hoping that Thorn would resolve, and I've seen a lot of Mono Black Control players where they keep a hand like that, where they're like, oh, my Thorn resolves, I'm going to win. And that's not true at all, because sometimes it might get stolen, or it doesn't resolve, and then your hand is garbage. And we kind of saw that here, like, they just had really bad hands, in the sense of, they were just drawing a lot of removal, they were playing this card, it doesn't matter, because unlike Tron, I have answers in Snap, and then eventually I'm just going to value them out with Reaping, and even if they had Graveyard Hate, I hadn't run for it, so I would have just blown it up and then, Reaping for value. Or, like, there's tricks you can do where, like, you bait them, and then just, from there, so... yeah, no, they were pretty dead, and you can see, like, there were times where I baited them, like, if you notice, like, on the Moldifer, I purposely cast the Flicker into it, because if they don't have removal, then my Moldifer draws me 2 cards, and that's fine. If they do have removal, then they use it on a Moldifer, and that gives me a window to eventually jam the combo. And that's sort of how you deal with a lot of these decks, is you just try and, like, get them in a spot where they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Either they don't cast the removal, and you just draw more cards to get more value, or they do cast it, and then that gives you more of a window to combo kill them. So, not particularly great. So, yeah, I mean, Counterspell didn't work there. I mostly had it for land destruction, but, I mean, it hit their Thorn, and then their hand just didn't function, so, I mean, yeah, Reaping the Waves is a very good card, and this is, honestly, like, a deck like this and the familiar archetypes in general are why I don't really like to play Mono Black Control anymore, or even, like, the Boros decks. I've just found that decks that are trying to be mid-range and trying to play a favorite game are just not well positioned in the current meta game. You have to deal with familiars, like, not even this particular iteration, just blue-white. And then you have to deal with Tron, you have to deal with the Delver decks that have loops. Which, I mean, you do have a decent matchup against with my attacking, but, the decks that just kind of ignore it is definitely rough, so... I'm kind of glad to be on this end of the matchup where I just kind of do silly things. So, yeah, that's that. I'll see you guys in the second match, or the third match, rather. Right, we are back, and we are up against, us nudes. I'll keep this hand. If I remember correctly, last time I played against them, they were on, like, Mono Blue Desserts, which is a deck that I played. And it was quite close, but I believe I lost. If that's the case, this hand might not be that great against them, but, you never know, they might change it up. They're mulliganing this set, so we'll see. If we are against that, we do have tools in the sideboard, like Itro, so we might be able to just tap them out, and then, just have more ill from nowhere. That's usually pretty reasonable. Alright, so they're not on that, which is kind of nice. It's not getting me a bit cumbersome to play, and it's okay, so they're on Affinity, alright. So this is mostly a race. I'm gonna top the snap because I do want it. And I also want the player name, and I'm looking for a forest. I'm gonna bottom one snap and take the other. I don't believe I want two snaps. So, Affinity is one of these archetypes where it's mostly a race against them. If they don't have another land here, I'm inclined to snap their Flare Husk, or their Hand Token, because that robs them of a mana, which I think is a big deal. So, it's a bit of a gamble because it could just top net a land, and then I feel stupid, but, okay, they have another Flare Husk, so now it doesn't matter as much. Wow. Wowza. That is reasonably explosive. I will just pass. Yeah. We could be dead here because our hand was a little bit of a gamble. What is this? Ah, so they're on like some spicy affinity list, I think. This doesn't look like regular affinity. Which is fine. I'm off with Bruce. Alright, I'm gonna bottom the Sunscape, but I'll take the land. The question is, do I want to name white with the Utopia Sprawl, or do I not? I think the answer is yes. It's a tough spot, but I still think it's correct. Thought was a very good draw. I'm fairly certain they top net that. This looks like an ATOT. Yep. That it is. That it is. Alright. So now I'm going to play this. Snap their ATOT. Play this, leaving myself green. Get rid of... I don't need the planes. And I want to hold up Prohibit, so I'm not going to ask for your name. Oh. Huh. Well, no? I mean, it hurt me bait, but I don't want them drawing 3 cards. I'm not really in the mood. Oh, they're earning attack. Okay, interesting. Hmm. I can pre-ordain and then our Hairomancer snap, so that's fine. I'll bottom you, I'll top you. Alright. I'm gonna get this. Oh shoot, did I? Oh crap, I forgot. Huh. My bad. My bad. That was, wow, okay. I thought the Utopia Sprawl was tapping for blue. I went on autopilot there. Yeah, I definitely went on autopilot. We're not dead, but we're not in good shape either. I think they should just right-click attack with all, and then I have to lose my Aeromancer. Yeah. Not loving this spot. Interesting blot, or interesting attack, I guess, because I have to blot like this. I thought I had a snap, I thought I could bounce their 3-3. But that was not the case. This is just a very weird affinity build. Well, let us start off with Oracle first, shall we? So that didn't do anything. So it's not really possible to win without combo healing at this point, so I think we just have to try and get lucky. So let's try and get lucky. I can snap, so I think I do that, because otherwise I have nothing else to do. Alright. Let's emote again. Flicker. Flicker lets me keep going. So I think I flicker Molgnipper an island and hope to hit a snap to keep going. Nope, I did not. Now I think I'm dead, right? There's not enough blockers. I can block you, and then I'm dead. I think if I hit a snap, I might have been able to get there. It would have been close. Like, if I hit a snap, I could have bounced, like, the ATOG, then, you know, our Airmancer, bounce that guy, and then maybe get there, but it's definitely a stretch. I do think, or I guess I don't think, I wonder if the Utopia line was correct or not. I don't really know how to board against them, because technically, Gorilla Shaman's really good against Affinity. But they don't seem like regular Affinity, they seem like a weird build of it, which is off-putting to me. It seems to me like they're more just all in on getting their guys out and attacking with them than they are with, you know, being actual Affinity. So they're definitely on a weirder build, that's for sure. It's throwing me off a little bit. I don't know if I want Prohibit in the matchup, and I wonder if Reaping's any good. I think the answer is still probably yes, but I think I might be able to trim one Fertile. In terms of what I want to board, it might be correct to have a couple moments be so than one Munty. But maybe Runt is better, because Munty just seems like it might not be good enough. I'm gonna try like this. I'm not 100% sure if this is correct, but their build is just so weird to me that I'm not really sure how to board. So, in terms of the plan here, I think I just play this and pass. I'll try to get a island, and then we'll take it from there. Yeah, they're like on some like, wow, huh. They're on some like very aggressive version, Affinity. Okay, I'll go top. Yeah. I'm not sure I get it, but it's interesting. It just seems like it's full of a little too much air. If you're playing 4 Ornithopter for, you know, Phyrexian Water for, Flare Husk, you might be limiting your options a little bit as well. I'm gonna play out my Fertile round as it's the most mana efficient play and pass the turn. They can hit me for 1. Unless they have like some weird effect like Rally the Peasants. What? Oh, that's kinda spicy. I get it. I'm not sure it's good, but it's I can get behind that. Alright. Can I play you? Then I think I put you down, naming blue, and then run out an Oracle as like a blocker. And snap is infinite if they tap out. And also assuming they don't kill my familiar. Alright, this is a good step in the right direction. That is less so. Thought Gas is not a card I'm a huge fan of in particular, but you never know. This looks like an improvised guy, so that's good news. I think we'll have them dead next turn. I'm not really sure. My guess is they have a removal spell, so I think the play here is to. Oh, well, now they might have it. Yamonic Blast. Oh no. Okay. Well, now they're dead? Alright, well. I guess I'll answer the hammer, because I know some people like to watch it. I know, like, previously I just kind of stopped it, but I guess there's no harm going through it. Yeah. Infinite snaps is pretty good. I'm gonna start snapping their things now because that's gonna net me a lot of mana, and it's typically pretty good. I guess maybe I should be careful if for some reason they have gut shot, but I don't really know why they would warn that in. But their net is kind of an unknown entity to me at this point, so it's fairly possible that they have some reason for it, but I really can't think of it at the moment. The question here is if I want to show them Ancient Rite, or if I just want to heal them. And I'm leaning more towards just healing. Like, I don't love it because it's kind of intense and I like to avoid being that like that if I can avoid it, but say it's time and I don't know, it's or some, but okay, this. But basically, what I would have done is I would have just bounced their board and then I would have probably had healed them with Impulsive because I wanted to hide my sideboard cards, but they didn't make us interfere with it, so that's nice. So best of the sideboard, Gorilla Shaman's a weird one. I'm not sure how to feel about it. Is Teachings even correct? I'm not 100% I even want it in the matchup, but it does eat a lot of good things, so it's a bit tricky. I do think going down one fertile round is fine. I don't think I want to hunt anything else past that. I don't think I want to hunt oracles, as they seem quite good in the matchup. This is tricky. I'll be 100% honest, this is weird. It's like they have ATOT, but they're not all in on the artifact lands, it seems like. But maybe they are, and then I do want Early Shaman. Because game 1, maybe I do want Early Shaman. I'm not sure. The problem is, if he doesn't come down fast enough, I'm not sure if he matters. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think these cards here are fine. Maybe I can cut one snap. I'll try it like this. I really can't say if it's correct. Their net is just funny to me, if I'm being honest. It's weird. I'm not really sure how to play against it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, a lot of guys. But I do have Moment Piece, so that's nice. Really Shaman, yay! I'm gonna bottom of Molnif and take the Monkey. Monkey might be in here. But I know a 4 is for business. That's not a forest. I don't want it discards, so I'll just pass. I think this boils down to if I can get it reinforced in time. Yeah, reinforcer's fine. Fertile round. Alright, let's play this one. And then I'll bounce you, I guess, just to save some life. And then I'll pass. Next turn, I might just run out our Airmancer. I don't particularly care if they kill it. I'm mostly just looking for... I think I might get a Forest Online and it's a Gorilla Shaman. This game would have been over, but that is currently not the case. This looks like a Thought Cast, maybe? Oh no, it's the tap one. It's taking way longer than it has. Yeah. Successful recall is quite good, I'll be honest, but the issue is you have to play a lot of dead cards to enable it. Alright, well, we're not dead yet, but I would like to draw a forest at some point. So, that's something, I guess. Aton. Well, we could be dead to Fling. That is always a possibility. No, it is not double Aton. Alright, fair enough. I think I blocked the 1-1, right? Alright, well, I do have a forest now, so... The question here is if it's too early or if it's too late. So, what can I do? I can snap the ATOT, then what I can do is tap, fertile ground on here, play the monkey, blow up both mountains, and then I have Moment's Peace to follow it up. So that's pretty good. But we might be dead if that's the case. Because I would snap the ATOT, then block the other ATOT with our Airmancer, and then if they equip the Flare Husk, then I'm dead. So that's less than ideal. If I don't block. Then I have to lose my monkey, and then it's sort of like, well, what was the point of all of this? So maybe I Moment Cease and hope for the best. It's a bit of a gamble, because if they have a Dispel, I'm not going to be happy, and I also opened myself up to Fling. But I don't particularly see a reasonable way out of this at this point, so I think I'm just going to bounce that and hope for the best. So now I can put this on here. And then if I play monkey, I can blow up this, this, and this. But I'm not sure I like that line. So I'm gonna just kind of build this up, and then on my upkeep, or on their upkeep, I will fall. And if they haven't Dispel, I die. Or I guess I don't die technically. Or no, I do die if they haven't Dispel. I'm straight up dead. But if they do, then I have to accept that and we'll go on to game 4. Or match 4 rather, I mean. Alright. It could also Fling, but I just don't think it's reasonable to play around these types of effects. You know, if they have them, then so be it. Alright, a familiar is a welcome effect. I guess, let's think here. Is there a way I can play Usurp Scroll? I can tap my Notorious Chancery, or green, and then put Utopia Sprawl on the forest, and then play the monkey. Yeah, okay. I will put this on here. I think Matt Hit Online might be lagging. Not 100% sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. Do I not have internet? Okay, I don't know what happened. Must have had some weird lag issue. And then what I will do is I'll play Monty, I will tap them. The question is, once again, do I play around this spell or Fling? I think this spell's the correct answer. Or Fling is the correct answer. So I'm gonna just make him have it this spell, I think. So that land. Yep. And then blow up that land. And then on their upkeep, we go for it again. Alright. This might be improvised, perhaps. I don't know. It doesn't loot hard draw spell, then whatever. I don't know why they're attacking. Reaping is quite interesting. Is that lethal? It might be. So, we block both ACOGs and both 4/4s. I need to think this through real quick. So, I have, let's say, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not dead. Wait, is nice. I think I put this there. Name it blue. Run out a familiar. And then jam a mold ripper and hope for the best. Alright, play a land and pass. Heal you. On their upkeep, wait for their draw. Kill that one. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. So, now we're going to have to do some math. They are attacking with everything. So, let's figure out the blocks. We're not gonna win. But we're not dead yet. So this one's blocking you. Moldifer's blocking you. I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So sorry. 1, 2, 3, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14. So I have to block everything, actually. I have to block you, and I have to block you. Okay. I wonder if there was a sequence I could have done. That might do it. Wow, that might do it. Okay. So, I play our Airmancer, I snap an ACOG. Then I reaping that. Now, this is stuff I might not have the mana. So, I need to be able to go Art Airmancer, Reaping, Sunset, or Airmancer, Snap. So, Airmancer's 4 as a down payment. And then Snap nets me 1 mana, so that's basically 3. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus the 1 mana, 10. Reaping costs 2, or 3, so I'm down to 7. Then I get that Sunset Art Airmancer, Sunset costs 2. think that's it, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, snap doesn't let me. Well, let's just start up with the obvious line, right? I feel like we should just go with the play that is somewhat self-explanatory. Okay, we're gonna snap. We're not gonna snap any artifact guy because ATOG can sack it and then we get screwed. Alright. Get that. Alright, let's just not misclick. Sun's a familiar. Alright, Hairmancer, and I guess Monifer, because why not? Then I play Sunscape. I play our Hairmancer. I get that snap. And oh shoot, no. Sorry, I almost misclicked there. I almost clicked on their ATOG. Alright, so we're not infinite yet, but we're quite favored. Okay, so now we can loop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to evoke the multipliers because what I want to do is I want to maximize my chance to hit Ghostly Flicker. And so what I do here is I can emote and Ripper, I have infinite mana, play Hairmancer, get that Reaping the Range once I have copious amounts of mana, like a ridiculous amount of mana, and then eventually kill them. Okay. No, we're not casting you. We're emoting you. Alright. Let you die. Then Impulsive you. Land this guy. Oops. We can help you scroll if I can even play it on this land. Game blue. Snap this guy. Now we're getting even more mana, which is nice. Like we're not out of the woods yet, but we still have more cards to see. In fact, we're gonna see like a lot of cards here. This is one of the KCIS myth when this deck comes into play, because it's not a guarantee I'm going to win yet. I want to take Abundant Growth because that draws me more cards. Okay, so now, because I have another snap in play, I'm going to get back the Reaping, cast the Reaping, on this guy, and then on this guy, and then I'll just split the other one, I guess. I'm gonna F6 because, since I have mana in my pool, it's not gonna, go through the turn or anything, which is quite nice. And then we're going to emote them again. Okay, that's a pretty good draw. I'm not gonna have to Impulsive Heal this time, which is really nice. Because what I'll do is if I do get the Flicker, I can just bounce their entire board. And then they're dead. So there's really no reason to stress in that regard anyways. Alright, guys. I'm gonna rename, try and find a Flicker. Bottom. Emote you again. There we go. There's the Flicker. Alright, they're dead. So yeah, I mean, that's sort of what you do. You just try and go through the deck. Now I will bounce their ATOG. Flicker you and you. And bounce their entire board. And they continue the game. Alright, so yeah. That was kind of a close one. Like, top getting the Archaeomancer was like the perfect draw there. But that find that's pretty nice, because you're never fully out of it. Like, yeah, I lost my board, but I had a couple live draws there, and we peeled one, and then we win. And that's why I like this deck. It's like really intense. So yeah, I think my opponent's deck's pretty spicy. But the only issue I have is you're playing a lot of dead cards. And that can be kind of problematic because it can lead to flooding a little bit. I think some of the other affinity versions are a lot more, shall we say, action-packed and more threat dense, and so every turn is a bit of a sweat. Whereas with this, I mean, like, game 1, I don't know, it was kind of weird, I wasn't really sure what they were doing, but, games 2 and 3, I mean, game 2 I was kind of robbed, and that was nice. And then game 3, we peeled, and we won, so, yeah, we're 3-0, which is pretty good, all things considered. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in match number 4. Alright, so we're back for the 4th match, we're up against Lenovo. Yeah, I'll play first. Yeah, I'm pretty good. You have to go fertile round. I'm probably gonna lead up on island just so I can bluff a little bit. Depending on what they're on, I might play an Azorius Bounce Land. They're on affinity. Yeah. I'm inclined to sequence like this. The reason why is so then that way next turn I can go Sun's 8 play fertile round. All in the same turn. And if they have to kill my Sun's 8 familiar, I think I'm okay with that in the long run. I'm gonna put it on Bounce Land. Just because, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 blue, so, that does have the potential to loop, which is nice. Trying to think how I would want to sequence this. I think this is probably a start, right? Get that out there. They don't have a burn spell, right? Or they wouldn't kill my familiar, I'm assuming. Is this a Metallic Rebuke? I'm definitely getting a Metallic Rebuke vibe. Yeah, I'm getting a vibe of Metallic Rebuke. The question is, do I even want to walk into that? Yeah, the fact that it taps there and then untaps so quickly makes me think they want to have Metallic Rebuke and Mana Leak me. If I do nothing, it's not beneficial, so I think I will preordain. They have to rebuke this, I'm fine with that. If not, then I have to at least ask a spell or two. Reaping, I'd probably take. And then I'm gonna run out Oracle. If they have to counterspell my Oracle, I'm fine with that. Ah, nothing. Weird. Well, Reaping's a bit. Is this a Galvanic Blast? That's a mistake. For what it's worth, everything they did there was incorrect. If you can heal my familiar while I am tapped out, you always heal the familiar. The site has got a lot of free value there. It also has like 2 or 3. I got 3 free mana basically, right? If they healed my familiar when they were supposed to. No, I got 4 free mana really. I got a free mana out this, and then it had to replace itself. Free mana out that, and then free mana out Impulsive, right? So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 mana worth of spells. It's kind of ridiculous. We don't just beat down to ATOT here. And they have like team up battle rate with Dad, but their sequencing was still very bad. This looks like a team up battle rate based on how aggressive they're going. Looks like they had a turn 4 nut draw. Not a ton I knew about that. Well, they could have flamed, right? Attack me and then flame me. Yeah, it's a flame. But I don't really agree with some of their lines for what it's worth. I think I played them out as well as I could have, but so be it. In terms of boarding, I let someone out reaping. I don't think this is super great. Might be able to kind of help them prohibit. I like these. Those are fine. This might get cut. Potentially like a moment space or two. Maybe this is correct. I'll try that. I'll give it a shot. I have some mullet in that. I'll keep it, but I'm not thrilled. I'll bottom a wild. Play a lance at you. Hoping to hit it really shaman, but you never know. Yeah, I mean, the thing about Affinity is, like, there will be a time where it just has a nut draw, and there's nothing you can do about it, but you just have to accept that. Every net in the format has a nut draw. I was able to heal on turn 4 in a previous matchup. Other people are going to repeat that as well, so. Not really in the mood for Moment Space or for Familiar. I mostly just want more lands. Gorilla Shaman. That's a good one. Oh, whoops. My bad. Let's just play our money and start blowing up this, new. I'm not gonna do anything else because they have to play a land here or they have to sacrifice their Chromatic Star, but either's a win for me. Yeah. It's like there is a potential that they don't have a Yamana Blast and then they can't really play lands anymore, so I think it's aggressive to kind of hold that up. And at the very least I was able to get a Yamana Blast out of their hand, so I'll take it. I don't think it's likely that they have another Yamana Blast. They could, but I'm not too worried about it. Just right now, I get some moments to buy myself a lot of time, which I'm pretty happy about. Bottom, I guess I'll tap you. That's actually a pretty good one. Because now I'm very close to hammer healing if I draw a couple things that I need. I'm gonna throw this out now because if they haven't dispelled, they have to use it now, and, you know, they get less room to do things. Why don't you get that moment piece, play this, rinse and repeat. Relics, whatever. Impulsive is very good. I suspect they're going to crack Relic on my end step, so I'm not really in the mood to play any spells in my yard. Huh, okay, well, thank you. Sure. That was weird, I wouldn't crack it personally. But maybe they're playing a long game, perhaps? I'm not really sure. A little weird. I'm gonna just play this. Land, that one. Now I can play a monkey. Blow up that land. Put that down there. Blow up that land. And now, Maybe I should have hit Relic. Perhaps. That's like, you know. I think I have to lose my Archaeomancer. Yeah. Not sure. Maybe I shouldn't kill the Relic first. Oh, well, that's not good news, is it? Oh, that's really bad. I think I'm dead. Wow. Yeah, that was a good draw. I can decide all 3 artifacts and swing in for lethal. Yeah, wow. I don't think I could beat that. Yeah. And I'm dead. Wow, that was very intense. Heart was a good draw, that's for sure. When I got there next turn, I would have evoked Moldifer, and then probably been dead. Yeah. I guess it wouldn't have mattered, but wow, that was definitely a good draw. Maybe the Gorilla Shaman was the incorrect play, but this wasn't really a card that was on my radar, but it definitely did some work there. I think if I found a snap sooner, this game would have been much more doable, but it looks like the first snap was like my 31st card, so it was pretty far down. But I think if I found a snap a little bit sooner, I could have started going off and maybe even have healed. But you know, variance happens. Affinity is, at the end of the day, one of the more proactive decks in the format. It will sometimes just have a nut draw, and you know, then most Void Knight couldn't quite find a snap in time, and you know, they do a little bit of disruption here and there, and yeah, it got there. But you know, ignoring that, I I played that reasonably well. I don't think there was any particular mistakes I made in that game. I just never quite found a bounce spell to start returning stuff to their hand and put them in a rough spot. But yeah, ignoring that, I think that's really all I have to say, and I'll see you guys in match number 5. Alright, so we are back for the 5th and final match, and this hand is a heap. I just going to turn when Utopia Sprawl into turn 2 Fertile Ground Preordain, and we are off to the races. This is going to be a very quick kill, depending on what we draw, but it has a lot of the necessary pieces. I mean, you know, it's doing a lot of what we want in this particular archetype, so I cannot really complain. Looks like we're up against Heroic, which is not that bad of a matchup, I don't think. I'm going to lead off with a Preordain, see what I can find. Snap. I'm gonna bottom the plains, take the snap, and put down the Fertile Ground. The thing with Heroic is that it's really good against red removal, but it's pretty bad against everything else. They're kind of a little all-in on your removal not doing anything against what they're trying to do, but, you know, that's not always going to be the case. So, I'm trying to think here what the correct line is. So I can play a Sunscape Familiar, then I can float 2 blue, snap, have 1 blue, replay our Archaeomancer, snap another thing, but I'm not really sure I like that. I think I'm going to bounce this, because this has the potential to heal my stuff, which I'm not particularly a fan of. And then I think maybe it's correct to be patient. I don't like it when they heal my familiars, I would much rather avoid that if possible. Alright, always healed. See what I can find. Another Seat Gate, quite good. I'm gonna play the other Seat Gate Oracle. I want to in as much cards and as much information as possible. Moldifer is very good. I don't need the Moldifer in play. Yeah, so I'm gonna use my mana while I can. I find that if you can just keep casting spells and keep going, you're better off. And I think they're dead. Maybe not actually. No, they're dead. Yeah, they're dead. Okay, if they tap out, they're dead. I don't think they play vines or anything like that, so yeah, they're pretty dead. Yeah, this is a turn 4 heal by me. I'm not gonna block. There's no real reason to let them do what they have to do and then heal them. Alright, well. I can't think of any spell that Heroic plays that I would be afraid of here. Well, I'm just gonna run out of Snap and force them to have something. Like, they can't come out Blessing my creature because they don't have 2 white. I don't really have to worry about that. Oh, they do have something. Okay, they're targeting their own AI. I don't really care. You're dead. I don't really care. Do whatever you have to. I think they might have thought I was targeting their AI by mistake, but nope. It was targeting my own AI. I want to eat infinite mana. What can I say? Infinite mana sounds rather appealing to me. I think I'm gonna just go down with the beatdowns this game. I don't really want to impulsive kill them. You notice a lot of these games I don't impulsive kill. I just beat down. There's no real reason to have to click your impulsive heal if it's not required. You have that option available in certain matchups where it's absolutely necessary, but in a spot like this, I'm just gonna basically, you know, generate a ton of mana, and then on their upkeep, I'll target this with Snap, and basically heal them from there. I don't like the impulsive people because sometimes people play weird things on the main board. I ran into Stop Me when they had mainboard Fairy Macabre. I don't know why, but I remember I was playing Tron and my Stop Me opponent just had a mainboard Fairy Macabre. They still lost, for what it's worth, but that really threw me off, and I don't want to get randomly hosed by something like that. I'd rather just heal them on turn 4, and not have to worry about what they're doing. Yeah, I think they'll realize what's going on here pretty quickly. I mean, to be fair, I do have to reveal teachings, but I'm gonna do that right now. Teachings for Flicker. There's my Flicker. And you're dead. So now, I guess I just hope to draw like another Sunscape, perhaps. Yeah. The thing with Heroic is like, it's just a weird archetype. It's like Bottles, but at least Bottles can't have their things past, hit with Snap. So, I feel like it's Bottles, but a little bit worse. But if you run into the right matchups, I could see it doing reasonably well. But I'm just not a huge fan of the archetype. It can do well every now and then, but I think there's a little weight is all. Ooh, a familiar. Here's what I wanted to see. Alright, and now this makes drawing cards much easier because now it's only 1 card per loop, or 1 blue per Aerosy Flicker loop, as opposed to 2. And it also makes the Archaeomancer loop much less mana and much less intense. Play an Oracle here, take that one I guess. I'll take an Abundant Growth. I want to get more blue mana and not have to worry about all this green mana. Alright, another Archaeomancer's pretty good. That's definitely a welcome addition. Alright, let's emote a Muldrafter. And I will flicker these two. And we'll say okay, and we'll snap you. Ooh, alright. I know this isn't very interesting. I'll be honest, like, there's not a ton to say. But this is just what it is. You just have to, know what you have to play, and then you play it. And then, eventually, you heal them. In paper, this is like, it takes 5 seconds. You just say, okay, draw my deck, I heal you. But in Magic Online, you have to actually go through the motions, which, in all fairness, is not that bad. It's fine. Not really something I'm too worried with. But you know, it is something if you want to pick up this net, you have to be prepared to actually click through all these loops, even if it might not be ideal. But I mean, if you know what you're doing, it's not that bad. I still think this net is reasonably powerful, even when it's capable of. Let's get more blue. Now I can play this and bounce that. Get that a snap. Tap that guy, untap you and you. Then I can replay this, get that a snap, untap my other 2 lands now. I mean, I have a lot of blue mana at this point, so mana's not really a worry anymore. Bottom, I'm just trying to find a couple more pieces of interaction, and then I should be fine. Bottom. Alright, snap you. If you want to fast forward through this, feel free to. There's not a ton to say. Basically, all I'm doing is drawing my entire library slowly but surely. And I'm having a little bit of fun while I'm doing it. I'm fast enough where I can play a little slow, and I don't have to be too worried about it, but here, basically, I'm just going to try and draw a couple more snaps, like that. I'll impulse myself just to get more cards. I'll preordain. Get another familiar, I guess, why not? Play this guy. Alright, and now I guess I can get all the snaps with, the teaching, so I might as well just do that. Alright, at this point, I think I'm good. I'll stop on their upkeep, we'll have a fight, they'll lose, and then all will be well. I guess I'll just end the teachings. Yeah. Get it back and then just dump it. That happens sometimes. I'll have games where I'm like, oh, I need to get that back just in case. And then when I'm just starting, I'm like, I don't need that actually. But yeah, basically I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 power in play. I can do basic math. I think that's 12. I'll just 2 attacks and they're dead. They want to fight over this. They somehow have to have, you know, protection, another piece of protection, another piece of protection. It's not gonna happen. I need, like, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of protection. So they only have 4 cards in hand. So, and one of them's a Deathblade Elite. So yeah, they're not beating this. I'm just gonna bounce that, turn all my guys sideways, and that'll be all she wrote. Alright, cool. Gonna flicker these 2. And the best part is that they, like, you know, like show mouse blessing or something, I can just flicker in response again. So that's pretty nice. And yeah, I'll empty my mana pool. Whenever you play, it will not resolve. And I think they realize that, because they're not playing anything. Or if it does come into play, it will get immediately bounced. I don't know if I want to reveal that I have prohibits, so, I mean, that is pretty public, but at the same time, I don't mind taking the, like, you know, extra second or 2 to bounce their stuff. Not really something that I'm too worried about, if they have a protection spell, I'll just bounce it again. And then go simply about all my stuff. I just don't want to, I don't think I'm going to use it, if I'm being honest, but at the same time, I think I might just want it out in the most point games. We'll see, but you know, you never are 100% certain on everything. So I guess I can reveal it just to show them that I have it. It might throw them off a little bit. They might play around it in the future, and that could be potentially beneficial. Alright. Yep. Here we go. And here we go. I met hit online being a little funky, so I don't want to F6 through my own turn. What's that? There we go. And they're dead. Alright, pretty easy. In terms of how I want it board, you definitely want Moment Piece, and you probably want Ancient Grudge. I don't really think there's anything else worth bringing in the matchup. Reaping, they don't have any removals, not that I can think of, and if they do have like a Showmouth Blessing or something, not really something I'm gonna deal with profitably anyways. I think I'll just go to 61 and call it a day. I don't know. I can impulsive heal them if I have to, it's not a big deal. Although, to be fair, I probably am not gonna do that if I don't have to. Once again, it's an out, but it's probably better to just fault lot them and then bounce their board and, you know, just make it so that they die. So I don't mind going to 61 here. I don't know, I think it's just a race. The only card I could probably consider cutting is like maybe an Oracle, perhaps, but past that, I'm just not gonna really cut anything. Yeah, this sounds great. Has some ramp as a snap, so yeah, all is well. Yep, they have relic, just like I thought. I'm glad I brought in the Ancient Grudge, because a lot of decks, what they'll do is they'll keep in relic, and then the rest of the hand is like mediocre, and they do it in the hopes that relic will be able to win them the game. And that's just not how that card works. It rarely wins you the game. But I like warning in answers like that a little proactively. I'm gonna just run this out now because it costs less mana to do so. Or rather, it costs more mana to do so, and that way I mean a little bit more mana efficient this way. So, and they're gonna relic me, whatever. I'm just gonna play that and pass the turn. So, the issue here is they have to build up their EI while somehow they have to do like two things at once, which is very difficult. They have to hold up Relic at all times, but at the same time, by holding up Relic, they're not really advancing their board state that much. They have a pretty pathetic threat, and I'll find a way to get a window. Don't need a monitor, don't really need impulsive research. I'm gonna eat double green here. It could have like Limno face, that would be pretty brutal, but I'm not too worried about that. Not to mention it's like they have no hard filtering, so they have to like draw it naturally, which is not super likely. So, fun fact, if I know at Bounce Land they're dead, or close to it anyways. And like this is the tough spot that my opponent's in. They can't do anything that they want to on their turn. They have to like keep holding up mana. And that can be rough. So, we're not close to dead, so I'll just take 4. Yeah, great. So, that is also lethal. So I have a loop. The question is, how can I sequence things in such a way such that I can deal with what they're doing. So, let's think about this for a second. I think I'll play this. Well, that way I get a little bit more information. And I have another snap or something that's most certainly good enough. Also, Moment Speed is quite good as well, because it baits them a little bit. I'll take a land. Like, a familiar is great, but a land is a little bit better. And I'll pass the turn. Maybe I should have gotten the forest, but I don't think it matters because I have the island with an abundant growth on it, so I'm not really worried. I just think if I can navigate this game appropriately, I should be able to win it. It mostly just boils down to trying to get them to sort of get into a tough spot where I can target this and I also have something in the graveyard, so that way if they try and trap Relic in response, or, you know, something like that, I can deal with it. I'm gonna block here. Actually, no. We're blocking you, right? Yeah, we're blocking that guy. This is only 6, so, yeah. And I have to have, like, I guess double cleave heals me, but that card hasn't seen play in Heroic for, like, ages, so, yeah, I'm not really worried. Alright, so let's think about this for a minute. What I can do is I can play a Sunscape Familiar. Then Moment's Peace. Then I will play Archaeomancer, target Moment's Peace, hopefully prompting them to crack the Relic. I'm not sure if that's enough. Well, pass. Mm-hmm. I'm not dead, so I'm going to force him to have lethal. There's a protection spell. They're gonna name blue, of course. Oh, white? That is concerning, to say the least. Because not, wow, that was a that's a pretty bad play, isn't it? Alright, I'm not dead, so I'm not gonna have to do anything. Yeah, I was just very, wow, okay. No, I mean, okay. Yeah, that was a bad play by my opponent, huh? Like, a really bad play. Uh, top. They're gonna tap Relic now, I assume. And Ironheart has some Molnripper, I have that as a blocker. The Emergence Ace might come back, but then I have Moment Speed, so not bad is it for me, really. But at this point, I can just sort of play around the relic until I eventually find a window that I need. So, not really worried. I assume they're naming blue this time. Or blue. Alright. Yeah, them naming white is... Wow, that really hurt them, I'll just moment, please. Alright, they got a hat. And yeah, they should tap the relic now, I think. Nope, we're not gonna. Alright, so now... I'm gonna actually emote this one. And the reason why is because I want it to own the graveyard, so then that way if they want to exile this, they have to tap the relic. Let me look at the history of this. Yep, here we go. I could snap it. Isn't that bad to snap that? I don't hate it. Like, I see more cards that way. No, I gotta do it that way. Oh, maybe I could have fetched land. Yeah, I could have fetched land, huh? Something to keep in mind in the future, I suppose. Alright, so... Now... I... can play Hairmancer, ram a snap. In response, they'll crack relic. And then I flicker our Hairmancer and Moldifer and pick up the snap and then try and hammer heal. I'm gonna see 5 more cards this way. Okay. So, do it again. Are they just gonna let me keep doing this? I feel like that's not a good idea. There we go. So they just gave me 3 mana for no reason? That was weird, I don't know why they didn't just crack it immediately. I'm gonna get that flicker. Because I can do it again. Because I want to draw 2 more cards. This time, I'm gonna get that the snap. Alright, they're dead, sweet. Okay, let that rat happen. And now, they're dead, so... Nice relic, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna just loop through them and heal them here. Magic Online seems to be lagging a little bit, so I just want to make sure I can have heal here. I might end the recording here, if that's okay. If it looks like it's lagging pretty hard, and I want to make sure I can go through the loop, so I'll see you guys in the wrap-up, and, yeah. Alright, so we are back for the wrap-up. Unfortunately the window closed, but I did go 4-1, so that's nice. So yeah, we beat Burn, we beat Mono Black Control, Affinity, Heroic, and we lost to Affinity. My loss against Affinity was, pretty straightforward. We got healed turn 4, it happens, game 1, and then game 2, I never found a snap in time. I think if I found one of those earlier, I probably could have netted enough mana to potentially combo heal, or at the very least, buy a couple more turns, but I think the snap was the only thing I was short of. But, past that, I mean, I think that's very good. You saw that I was able to beat Relic, even without Ancient Rush. I tend to bring this card in somewhat proactively, because I know there are decks in the format that will just bring in Relics, even though it's not very good. And I've seen people where they will just mulligan towards a Relic, and hope that it's good enough, and then you see, you know, games like that, where I can basically just force them to crack it, and then they still die anyways. So yeah, Relics really is not, it's not a good card, but people still play it, even though the decks where it's trying to be good against, it's just not good against. The thing is that Pauper doesn't really have that good of graveyard hate. Like, Relic is not that good at the end of the day. It's, you know, if you want to, you know, more than sideboard cards beat their sideboard cards, you can do that. And then, you know, you can also just bait them and then win that way. I mean, there's a lot of ways to beat sideboard hate cards, so I'm not really worried about that. But yeah, I mean, the deck's pretty good. It can have heal on turn 4, turn 5, it's pretty aggressive, it can go long, you saw some of my game for a little bit longer, and we were just kind of able to grind people out, but I think the deck's worth looking into. It's pretty powerful and kind of underrated, in my opinion. I don't think enough people are talking about it or looking into it. I think probably one of the biggest drawbacks is that it has a pretty high learning curve. You do have to practice going through a loop, but if you're able to handle that, then it's not that difficult to pick up. I found that once you get good at an internet like this, picking up other things on Magic Online are just not that difficult. You know, you can pick up the Esper version with Mystic Sanctuary, and looping through that is not too difficult once you practice it. So, you know, you can transition, but other than that, I think this particular iteration is fine. I'm still going to be tinkering with things every now and then, but I like the direction that I'm taking currently. Hunting the Moment's Beast from the main board, adding more Fertile Rounds, you know, in addition to Utopia Sprawls, hunting, you know, Prisms and adding Oracles, adding the 19th land, like, all of these things have been very nice. I think just, you saw, like, in the games where we were just aggressive and just combo heal quickly, Moment's Beast would not have really done anything, and in fact, having the ability to combo quickly sort of fills the role of Moment's Beast. It's somewhat similar to Modern, in the sense that a lot of people realize that in order for a deck to be playable in Modern, you really just have to be doing something busted. Sure, there are people who play things like Jund, and you know, they try and play fair and interactive decks in Modern, but at the end of the day, you're going to lose to something silly, because you're trying to play a fair game, and you're trying to interact with the opponent. And Pauper has, over the, you know, the past year or so, has moved in a direction where now it's not entirely profitable to try and interact with the opponent, but instead it's better to just try and be linear and ignore them and heal quickly, because it is a bad matchup like in Modern, but you have the ability to just nut draw and heal them quickly. You can make a bad matchup winnable because of the ability to nut draw. And you saw we could heal on turn 4, so I can go into a matchup thinking, wow, this is a bad matchup, and then they don't draw an answer and they just die on turn 4, or they die in turn 5, or whatever. So you always have the capability to do that, which I think is a pretty big deal. And you know, I think just having an instant I win button is kind of underrated. So that's why, like, I know a lot of people have been complaining about Stonehorn, Dignitary, and Tron, but I think that's a symptom of the format. The reason why people play that card is because it's better than playing removal. Trying to one-for-one the opponent and answer everything they're doing is a waste of time because it's not feasible. If you're playing a linear deck, you're not always going to have the answers, but if you can play some more universal answers, then yes, you will always have the answer. Or if you can kill them quickly, then you don't really require these because you're killing them quickly, right? So that's sort of the trade-off, but that's one of my approach that I've been taking to Pauper recently, is be efficient, kill quickly, or do something stupid. So moving forward, if you want to play Pauper, I would probably recommend looking into a Delver deck with Mystic Sanctuary. I know there are people who play Sanctuary decks without Delver. I think that's a mistake. Having the ability to just have a 3-2 that attacks on turn 2 is such a big deal because it gives you such a fast clock, and that's underrated. Because like now you have the ability to heal on turn 6 or 7, you know, with the backup of disruption, so now you're able to heal them quickly, and you're able to disrupt them just enough so that they can't heal you, or stabilize before you heal them. So it gives you the clock that I think you need in a number of matchups, and it's also just a good body, so, you know, I would look into that, maybe Tron, because Tron can go over the top. I would look into Familiars, Rainbow, or, you know, Esper, or Blue-White, but any Mystic Sanctuary Familiar loop combo is pretty good. And then just another linear deck, things like Stompy, Boros, or not Boros, Affinity, Ills, Burn, things like that. I know some people aren't playing Boros still, but I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of that deck just because it can get robbed pretty hard. So, yeah, I'm not really a fan of just getting blown out and having no answers. So, yeah, I think currently though, that's one of the metagame, that's how I feel about Pauper. I've been enjoying Rainbow Familiars a lot, just Familiars in general, and Sanctuary decks in general, I think, are where I'm going to be staying. But yeah, I think currently, you know, Tron, or Blue Red Delver, you know, with actual Delver in it, or Familiars are probably where I'm going to be moving forward. So, yeah, that's really all I have to say on the format, as well as Rainbow Familiars. Feel free if you want to pick it up to mess with the sideboard or the main board. The list is never airtight. I've had a number of iterations. You know, this list is different from the one from Pauper Championships, and, you know, I've even had different iterations in between, so I'm always still messing around, and depending on the metagame, you can make adjustments. But, for now, I think Familiars and Rainbow Familiars is pretty powerful, and it's worth looking into and worth exploring. So I hope this net sort of piqued your interest, and you know, it hopefully some people will pick it up and look into it. So that's really all I have to say. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.